Hello, insiders. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a property manager and want to make a data-driven decision, today's video is for you. I'm going to show you how to use the AppFolio reporting feature, one of the most powerful feature or the tool that AppFolio is providing us at this point of time. So this is going to be useful for leasing agents, maintenance people. It is going to be super useful for owners. It is going to be ultimately useful for everyone who is in the property management. As you know, to access the reporting feature, you need to log into AppFolio, click here and click on Property Manager. Once you click on this, you will be prompted to your account and you will see this dashboard. As you can see on the left-hand side menu, you'll see the reporting feature. So in this reporting feature, as you can see, we have four options. One is reports. This is where we go all the time to look at all the reports that we have generated. This is a predefined report based on various categories, which we will discuss in a couple of minutes. Scheduled report is something where you want to send a scheduled report at a specific time. For example, let's say you want to send a finance report to the owner every Friday. This is where you need to go. We can also discuss about this in the coming video. So this is metrics. This helps you understand how the business is performing. This is especially for the portfolio manager. So in this video, you'll be seeing how to use the metrics to analyze how we are performing per week. Survey, as you know, this helps you to understand whether this maintenance or marketing or leasing is performing better or not. So let's dive into the reports now. Click on reports. Once you click on the report, you will see a lot of options with a lot of categories. So the first one that you'll see is the favorite. Let's say, for example, you are a maintenance coordinator or a maintenance manager. You are more interested in work orders, billable items, work order labor summary, vendor ledger. So you can just click on this star icon here, and this will take you this specific report all the way to this favorite report. I have saved a couple of reports here. So just click on this and this will be added to your favorites here. Then second one is the diagnostic report, which is specific for AppFolio. Let's say you have a problem in delivering an email, you have a problem somewhere else. This is where you need to pull this report. So this section is useful for the leasing team. You can see, you can use this for the guest card inquiries. You can see this for guest card interest. You can see this for inactive guest cards. You can use this ultimately. This gives you the overall power to look at guest cards, the top of the funnel, all the way up to leasing. And it also helps you to understand the leasing summary of how we are performing. And the wonderful thing about AppFolio is, as you can see here, this gives you a detailed summary of who can use this report and why this report is for. So this helps you understand everything about this. So moving on to the next one, this is the maintenance report. As I mentioned earlier, this is going to be super useful for the maintenance coordinator, the project manager, or the maintenance manager. So this helps you understand about the budgets, the unit turn details, the work order summary, managing the in-house technicians, managing the vendors, vendor ledgers, vendor directories, everything A to Z that you need will be available here. In this section, this is super useful for the portfolio manager. So you can see the lot of activities that are happening based on schedules. You can see the details about the unit turn directory, unit inspections that has happened, rent rolls, and even rentable items like storage or parking areas or something like that. So this also gives you a good summary of the fixed assets that you have, like for example, appliances or any other thing that you need here. So if you have a commercial unit, you can go to this. You can use this for the rent roll processing for commercial units. If you just have a residential unit, then this is the place for you to do. If you start adding all the key details, like for example, how many keys for a specific unit, then you can use this report to pull up that data, and then it is super useful. This is all about delinquency processing. So this gives you details about delinquency collection. This gives you details about the security deposit. This gives you details about the unpaid charges. This gives you detail about the vendor ledger, tenant's ledger. So anything that you need related to delinquency is available here. So this is especially for the financial or the bookkeeping team. So you can use this for expense registering, bill details, chargeable details, unpaid per month. So everything A to Z. This also helps you understand about the payment plans. Let's say, for example, there is a delinquent tenant and you have negotiated a payment plan with them. This is where you go to understand about that. And this section, saved reports, whenever you have saved any kind of a report, because within a report, as you can see, you will have a lot of columns, which we'll discuss in the next couple of minutes. So let's say, for example, you don't want some of these columns, and you can just save that report so that it is stored here. And instead of going to a standard report, you can just go to the customized report that you have created. Okay, on the left, on the left hand side, as we see, we have these features. On the right hand side, as we see, we have bulk property reporting feature. For a specific property, all the reports will be pulled in. If you want to send a statement to the tenant, you can send it through here. If you want to update the statement settings, you can do it here. If you want to send a letter or a notice to the tenant, you can do it here. You can click on this to understand the unpaid charges. You can click this to understand the tenant portal activation. This is just a help article that is going to be super useful. Awesome. Let's dive into one of these reports. Assuming that you are a maintenance coordinator, I'm going to pull the details of the work orders. Let's look at how the work orders report works. So once you click on this report, you will see a lot of options. This is going to be super useful and simple. May seems overwhelming, but this is all we need. So you can see filter, you can see column, you can see grouping. So if you want to pull this report for a specific property, enter the property name here. If you want to just see all the active properties, then you can use it here. If you want to see both the active and the hidden properties, you can use this. If you want to pull this report for a specific tenant or a vendor, you can use these two columns. So assigned user, if you click on this, you will see a lot of users that are using this AppFolio. Then you can just pull the report based on that user. You can click on created by, you can just click on the created by and see who has created this report. You can click on priority, then you can click on the status approval of all these things, whether it is approved, pending, or rejected. Here, this is one of the important columns that we want. So in AppFolio, the work orders are classified into multiple work order statuses are classified into multiple things. New, estimated, then estimate requested, assigned, scheduled, waiting, work done, ready for bill, completed, cancelled, and completed, but there is no need to bill. Everything is self-explanatory, but I can just give you a quick idea about what this is. If we have received a request, that is new. If we have received a request, did a troubleshooting, sent it to a vendor to get an estimate, that is what this is about. Once an estimate is sent by a vendor or a maintenance tech, that is what this is about. If it is assigned to a vendor, that is what this is about. If we have scheduled a work order for a specific time, this is what that is about. If you are waiting to get a reply back from a tenant, let's say, for example, there is a leak and you want to understand the magnitude of the leak. You ask the tenant to send a photo. Then you just click on waiting for the reply back from the tenant. If the vendor has completed a job or a maintenance tech has completed a job, that is what this is about. If this is ready for billing, then you can push this to the finance team. That is what this option is for. Completed is you are completely done with this work order. Cancelled is either it can be from a tenant or you cancel this because that is obsolete. This is, yes, we have completed the job, but there is no need for creating a bill because you have paid an advance or something like that. So we have three categories of work order. or the types of work order. Internal is when you create something internal. Residential or resident is when we get a service request from the tenant. U-turn is when you try to turn a unit. And we have a lot of categories like appliances, cleaning, estimated, flooring, housing, keys. So you have a lot of options. Status date. So we have multiple options here as well. So you can group this entire report based on either created date or estimate requested date or estimated on or scheduled starts or work done or completed. Then you have an option either to pull this report only for today, for this week, for this weekend. You have a lot of timeline based options to pull the report. Then if you click on this, you can even customize the date that you want. Okay. So let's say, for example, at this point of time, I'm clicking on new estimated. I click on everything. Let's see how much data we pull. I click on everything here. I click on today. Let's see. Just click on update. I just clicked on update. As you can see here, you will see all those things that you have selected. And I have selected today. And because it is today, I think we have not received any request. So at this point of time, I will proceed with customizing this. So just click on customize at this right corner. So you'll see a lot of columns that you can pull in. Let me go back. As you can see here, you have property details, you have priorities, you have status, you have work order number, amount, invoice, job description, vendor, unit, primary resident, created and created on. But still, you may feel, no, no, this is not sufficient for me, or you want to just customize based on whatever you need. So I would say property is definitely needed. So I'll select this, priorities needed, status work order number, amount at this point of time for a maintenance coordinator. And from my perspective, is not needed at this point of time. So I click on this. I don't want details about primary resident. I wanted details about the completed date. I also want to understand what type of work order this is, who this is assigned to, whether it is estimated or not. Can use that. I can use start date. I can see if it is cancelled or not. I can see what is the maintenance limit, what is the status of this, what is the next follow-up, is there any issue. So at this point of time, I have selected the things that I need. Okay, and proceeding. Okay, created by. Got it. So now, if I click update, you will see that the columns has changed. So this is how you can customize this. And previously we discussed about how to save a report. So click on here. You can either save you this in landscape if you want to print it or in portrait. If you click on here, you will see the save layout. If you just click on this, you will save this entire report. You can give it a name. You can say test report, then click save. And this saves the report. Then you can even customize the column on the report here. You can use the filter. Then if you make any change and you want to use this refresh, then it automatically refreshes the whole thing. Like for example, let's say in this customized field, instead of today, I want to use this week to date. I clicked on, as you can see, I clicked on this week to today, and I clicked on update. So still we have not received any work order yet. So that is how you can customize and save the report. Okay, let's get back to, now I'm back to the main page. As you can see, I'm going to click on scheduled reports. Once I click on scheduled reports, you'll see an option to schedule a new report. Click on new scheduled report. Here you can give it a name. Owner weekly reporting dash owner. So you can select a saved report. You can use multiple format. You can use it as XLV, CSV, or PDF. You can select the email of the recipient. You can BCC yourself. This is the thing. You can send a message saying that, dear owner, this report highlights the weekly maintenance work order. So you can click and use something like this, and then you can set the frequency. Let's say, for example, you want to send this monthly, you can do that. You want to send this daily, you can do that. You want to send this weekly, you can do that. And you can even select the date. As you can see, this report will be emailed every Thursday this morning at this time. Please note, a scheduled report over 20 MB will be emailed with a link and valid for 7 days. So once you click save, then you're done with the schedule showing. You can do this for any kind of a report that you want to send to the owner or a coordinator or a property manager or anyone that you want to send. Then let's move on to the metrics. Just click on the metrics. You will see you'll be prompted to this dashboard. So this dashboard is super useful. For the last 7 days, what is the demand? You have received 53 guest cards. You have received 2 applications. The conversion rate is 3.75. Then the current occupancy is 76 percentage or 70 percentage. You will be able to see the projected occupancy rate for the coming years, coming months. You'll be able to see the vacancy exposure. You will be able to see how many lease expires and how many people are moving out every month. You'll also see a square footage of how much per square feet, how much we are earning. So this is a super useful report to just quickly pull in and see exactly how things are happening. Now, as you can see, you can also use this to measure the tenant insurance and also data for diagnostics. Let's go to that. As you know, if you want to just use this data, then I think you can use this to pull the data about the tenant insurance. So if you click on so in this diagnostic page, you'll be able to see the numbers that are not valid, and you can take action to contact the tenant to see if they have the right number or update the number, and you can use this. So let's go to surveys. So in surveys, as you can see, you will see the survey, you'll see the work order number, you will see the satisfaction level. So I think AppFolio has 1 all the way up to 5, where 1 is the low and 5 is the highest. You will see the vendor name, you will see who it was assigned to internally in the team. You will also see when it was submitted, you will see the property details, and you will see the submitted act. So this helps you to understand whether the maintenance team is actually performing better or not. As you can see here, I've selected maintenance. You can also see move-ins, move-out, and showing. You can get the feedback from showing, you can get the feedback for move-out, you can get the feedback for move-ins. And if you click on analysis, you will see a pictorial representation or the graphical representation or chart that helps you understand how we are performing. So how satisfied are the tenants? You can see this. How is the issue resolved completely? You can see this. Is it completed in a timely manner? You can see this. So that's all about reporting. There is a new feature called as a modern report. Let me go there. So I'm inside one of the reports in work order report. As you can see, I made some couple of filters here. This is the latest feature that AppFolio is offering us. This is a modern report. This also requires a separate video for us to discuss. So I'll do that in a separate video. So this is one of the wonderful features that we have. So let me explain the challenge that we have in this video. So generally this AppFolio report that we are seeing, this one, we need to just download this and then put it in an Excel, and then we need to do the data analysis. But this modern report helps us to do the data analysis within AppFolio. That is the main advantage of this modern report. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Please do subscribe and support me for more useful content. Thank you and have a wonderful day.